if this is on or not. It looks like it might be on. Okay, YouTube. I am back again. Um, I'm gonna try to keep this ball rolling with the lives. Because of the fact that I am changing my entire channel, and happy 4th of July for everybody who is still tipsy coming in or whatever. I just wanted to continue to touch bases on a couple things on my channel. So far, what it's like living in Atlanta, Georgia, which is crazy. I am now once again by myself on the holidays. It's been kind of weird for me for the past couple years since I started this business. I've had a lot of alone time during these holidays, and it's also my birthday month, so it like it's completely tragic, but I'm still trying to get over things and continue to record, at least go live with you guys to let y'all know, what's going on, whatnot. Far as from what I know, from what I can see, my move to Georgia really has not been the best. I kind of knew that I was going to be starting over, hence me giving away most of my stuff and just driving down here. But yeah, it's a little rough around the edges. Especially coming from a city that's, mostly black. They have all denominations here, all races here, but, it's predominantly for black business owners, that want to start something new and continue their business. But I didn't move to Atlanta for that. I moved to Atlanta because my family moved out here maybe 5 years ago. Florida is originally my home, so I kind of would have went to Florida if my family hadn't moved down here or whatever. So, here I am in Atlanta by myself, stuck, still trying to figure things out. But I did end up buying a couple things online. And that's one thing about buying things from overseas, because you can't literally go and take anything back that you purchase or ship it back, because it takes 15 business days for them to receive it, or 15 business days for you to receive it. This time it took so long for me to receive my products. And one thing I don't like about it is it's you're supposed to be weighing out a product, but you know how to squeeze it and fill it up? That's not right. You're not supposed to squeeze it and fill it up. Because common sense will tell you that it's not the exact measurement that it's supposed to be. So that's my only issue with ordering from this new seller, is that I feel like it's not a full kilogram because of the way they squoze it on the side here while they was filling it up. I complained to the seller about it. I just kind of gotta wait to see what they say, or if the products are good enough for me to order from them again. for me not to worry about that little notch that's missing. I bought a bunch of oils again this time. This is the one that I opened up. And see, this is oregano oil. I don't mind showing this one because I really feel like I can't use this on someone's hair because, well, I found out after I purchased it that oregano oil, and it has a strong smell to it too. This is the only one I opened. I found out that it causes contraction for pregnant women if you use it topically. Oregano oil, which I never knew that it actually does that. But and it's so strong, I touched my forehead and that's kind of like burning. I know it's 100% pure oregano oil. But I'm kind of iffy with adding this to my scalp. Knowing I'm not pregnant, I won't never be pregnant, in that type of way, or, those are, that's completely out the window, okay? But, let's say I wanted to use it for somebody else's hair and I can't use it. I will have to basically let them know. I will have to ask them, if they were with child, if they were pregnant, if they had any hormonal issues or anything like that. Because it says it on Google that, matter of fact, I don't want to be lying about nothing. So I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it right here. So I'm not just, so y'all don't feel like I'm making up things. Hold on. I found it to be weird after I purchased the product. Oregano oil topically use on pregnant women's hair. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different things. Okay, so here it says there's been no medical research done on oregano oil safety for children or for pregnant or breastfeeding women. These populations shouldn't use oregano oil. But I seen some warnings basically on YouTube that says that it's kind of dangerous to use oregano oil on someone who's pregnant or may have give birth because it does something to the contractions or something of that nature. It makes the uterine contract in some type of abnormal way, I guess. So they don't allow. I'm fine. How are you? So I wouldn't recommend using oregano oil topically on someone's hair, especially someone who is pregnant or with child. That's something that I definitely would not put in a hair oil that I would make for someone, just because of the fact that I could probably warn them, but some people really don't pay attention to what you say sometimes. So I really wouldn't be okay with putting oregano oil inside of something for someone's hair, period. Just because of the fact that I know that there is a small chance that it could be harmful to someone who may be pregnant or, you know, with child. So that is a no for me. I will not be using oregano oil in any hair oils. Um, but I find it to be strange because oregano oil is one of the oils that you use to kind of like get rid of mucus. It's a natural healing herb. It does a lot for the body. It kills parasites and things like that. So I would think that using oregano oil topically would not harm anyone. But I guess oregano oil is so potent that it has those type of warnings to them. Okay, I found something else. It says, and then this is from www.drogale.ai. Okay, it asks a question. Oil of oregano, should oil of oregano be avoid? Oil of oregano should be avoided during pregnancy, both orally and topically, due to lack of safety data and potential productive toxicity. So that's pretty much a red flag for me on the hair oil that someone, you know, might purchase something from me and they have to worry about whether they're pregnant or not. What if you purchase the oil from me and you don't know? Like, come on out until you do the pregnancy test. So that, for me, that kind of like, that X's it completely out for me, okay? We want to make sure the babies is okay. So just in case, I bought the oregano oil, but I think I'm going to use it for something else besides my hair. My hair oils that I'm making. And then it has it has such a strong smell to it that I don't think nobody wants to walk around smelling like oregano oil. It smells, and if you've never smelled pure 100% oregano oil, it kind of smells like motor oil a little bit. Just a little bit. It smells like motor oil. So yeah, I definitely won't be using that on somebody else's hair. I might experiment with it on my head now that I have the bottle of oregano oil. And if you want to know the size of this is a kilogram. Next time I order, I think I'm gonna try to order things in a gallon. Because you know, when you ship in from overseas, they don't do things by gallons and cups like we do over in the United States. Things are more so kilograms, milliliters, things like that. So their measuring, their mathematical measuring table is completely different from ours. Not saying that they're not the same amount, but you know, it's a different type of measurement altogether. So I know we're used to like gallons and things like that. Gallons, cups, ounces. What else am I missing? Something else. But they don't go by any of that overseas. It's milliliters, kiloliters, kilograms, and over that. So I've not only have to get used to the regular measurements in the United States measurement, I gotta get used to overseas measurements with kilograms and milliliters, which is really annoying because I've never really been the best at math for certain things. So yeah, that's crazy. Then I ended up buying Batana oil. Okay. I bought some Batana oil. Now, last time we had a big issue online because when I purchased the first Botana oil, it was the solid, pure kind of Botana. And I felt like that's the only way you're supposed to buy Botana oil, when it's the hard pressed. But this is the liquid form of Botana. I don't think I'm going to open the entire thing, but I'm going to take the bubble wrap off at least. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to take the bubble wrap off. I'm going to take the bubble wrap off. If it's not finished fighting with me, hold on. Hold on, y'all. And this one, see, they be cheating. Because this is supposed to be a kilogram. Everything is 100% pure with this company. That's why I bought from them in the first place. Because I don't want to be buying nothing that is diluted by anything, and I end up having to, I call myself diluting something, and it doesn't dilute, and I lose the potency of it. So this is my first time buying the liquid cold pressed Botana oil. It's 100% natural, pure. It says it right here on the bottom. That's 100% pure. So I can open these up, but I don't want to open the bottles up because I don't want any contamination, because I don't know what I'll be doing with these for, like, clients or braid hair clients. So I'm not going to open these up unless I have my gloves and everything on. I'm just showing you the product, and also I'm going over the product to see what I like and what I don't like. And I really feel like, and no, she did. She got my order wrong, but we were going back and forth on so many different things. She might have just, kind of forgot a little bit. So I kind of let that slide. I know that even though you're overseas, I know they work for different companies too. So it's kind of not your fault. Everything is not your fault. So I try not to go off on them. Or be upset with them for no reason, because they work a job just like us in the United States. We work too. So, try not to be hard on them. I know she's a younger Chinese girl. So I'm like, okay, I finally got my products after 20 to 30 days. Almost canceled. I really did almost cancel. Now this is palm oil. And I'm pausing because I really wanted to get saw palmetto. I really wanted to get saw palmetto. But she said that her palm oil contains saw palmetto. So I think what I'm going to do anyway is, even for my own purposes, I'm going to get the powder form saw palmetto, and I'm just going to mix it. I'm going to do it that way, because to order saw palmetto oil is very expensive, and then mostly you can't find nobody with it. You would really have to look hard for saw palmetto oil, and then it would I'm trying to focus, y'all. I'm trying to focus. As y'all can tell, I'm just a little bit everywhere at this moment. I've been trying to do so many different things. Um, but the saw palmetto powder is a lot cheaper than going to get the actual saw palmetto oil. I kind of figured that out. Because they want like $40 to $50 for a bottle of that, just like how they would charge you for like Batana oil, which is crazy. And like I said, I told y'all before the other night, this is pretty much a hobby of mine. It's kind of like my passion, making hair oils and stuff like that. So I don't see myself ever not doing this. So I'm grateful for having a YouTube channel just because I can kind of remember the stuff that I use. Is kind of like my own personal notes as well on the things that I use for myself, and for future endeavors. Let me see. So I'm gonna put the oregano oil back, and this stuff burns. You touch oregano oil, and you touch your face or something like that. It really burns. It's like it has a tingling sensation to it. I really need to go to. I really want to go to like a herb class or something like that, because I've been doing a lot of research on them, but I feel like it's so much more that I could learn, when it comes to like tinctures and stuff like that, making a tincture, or making a body butter, or a hair mask that's like a hair cream or something like that. I have yet to make a hair cream yet, so I'm not exactly sure. What my next adventure will be like. And if you come in, it would help for you to hit the like button. So yeah, I got my oils. I'm gonna have to make a tincture out of them. I'm gonna make a tincture out of them. I got about 9 oils. I'm not gonna show all my oils here, but I think I'm really gonna make a tincture out of them. And test them out myself. Before I just get to making a big batch and then start selling them to people. Hey, babe, how you doing? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a lot of testing, a lot of skin testing with them, before I decide to just bottle stuff up and send them out to people. I'm definitely doing my research on different things. I have to, even though I did my research on the oils before I purchased them, I want to do another set of research to make sure that they are non-toxic for people and stuff like that. It's a lot that I have to go into, before I just start selling stuff to people, and I'm not doing my diligence on what you make the body cologne. That's a good idea. The pricing of my oils, I think I'm gonna try to start off with 15 for a bottle of oil. I want to keep it at 15. I don't want to make them too expensive, because my oils are kind of exclusive. Okay, I haven't seen anybody with these specific oils. So I want to make them affordable. So I think I want to keep them at 15. They might, depending on my packaging, it might run about 20, but I'm not going to cheat people or anything like that. I want to make sure that they are a good quantity to sell someone. And also, I want to make sure that they are a healthy supplement for whatever you're looking for. What are the sizes of the bottles? I'm trying to go for a 2 ounce. Now they have them in liters, they have them in milliliters. I don't think milliliters are really the right size, so I want to go for the 2 ounce bottles, because if I went for the 10 milliliters, I think they would be too small. So the 2 ounce bottles, like the regular ones that you would get in a beauty supply, about this big around, and you got your little dropper to it. A nice amount for, a nice amount of oil in it. That way I'm not cheating nobody, and it's a good product or whatever. But let me see. Now I haven't tried this one yet. And when I purchased this was a mustard seed oil. I did some more research on it, and I was like, okay, what would mustard seed oil do? And I read it has a lot of good benefits. Mustard seed oil is really good. This is another kilogram, but it's all about how I dilute my essential oils. To begin with, I want to kind of like make sure that they're diluted to where you don't have any type of breakouts, any rashes, because a lot of the essential oils are so potent that they can actually burn your skin. So I'm doing all the skin testing, and I really feel like I cannot do the oregano oil at all, because when I touch it and then I rub my skin with it, it kind of like burns me as is. So it's kind of like, this oregano oil is strong. It's the real deal. So if I was to use it even on myself, I would probably only use like a drop of oregano oil. But I'm not going to sell it to customers. I'm not going to sell the oregano oil to customers because of what I read on Google. And if you want to read it yourself, you can, or just go back to the beginning of the video, and I read some of the, the warnings to oregano oil adding topically to your hair. I already read them. So I ended up getting clove oil. I'm used to having clove. I used to like chew on clove and stuff like that. That's also another harsh oil. Like I said, I'm not going to open them now and smell all of them because I don't want to get anything contaminated. I want to make sure that I have my gloves on before I start handling anything. Anything that I'm going to sell to anyone, I want to make sure that everything is sterilized, wiped down, alcohol, and I have on my gloves before I begin touching anything, because I'm going to be selling them to customers. So that is a must. I've been learning from other YouTubers that they mostly they make sure everything is sanitized, wiped down. And I'm most definitely going to have on gloves before I open anything that I'm going to be selling. Let me see. I have a couple of these ingredients. I'm really not going to tell y'all what they is. And the reason why I'm not going to tell y'all what they is because of the fact that I have not seen anyone else with them in their ingredients, okay? And I know it kind of spoils it for you all. Yeah, nobody hit the like button, so I'm definitely not going to tell you. all the oils that I purchase. I'm definitely not gonna do it. I'm not giving away my secrets. I might give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but that's it. I have learned from being on YouTube that I'm not gonna share all my ancient Chinese secrets, okay? I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, so I got them. And now I guess my next thing for me to do is just kind of like test them out individually. During that process, I'll probably be doing a skin test myself, because after I make the oil and ferment them, because I have to make them, I'm going to ferment them. I'm not really sure if I'm going to tincture anything. I've heard of the tincturing process, and not the tincture process where you make the herbs and then you add not rubbing alcohol, but like a vodka alcohol to it. Not that type of tincture, but just a tincture to where they mend with each other. It's going to be my first time tincturing oils for the hair. I think, no, maybe for myself. I have tinctured them for myself. I'm not going to say that. I've done it for myself. But it's going to be a difference trying to do it in a huge quantity. So that is going to be a little bit more tedious than I think. Well, it may be not as hard. I'm probably making it harder than it's supposed to be, because of the fact that I'm an overthinker. I overthink every single thing. But my first time doing it, I want it to be right, because I know the dangers of adding too much of an essential oil and not adding enough carrier oil to it. So we're not gonna do that. But yeah, so I'm coming up with a new idea. And I'm just going to share it here on my channel, because like I said, I've been talking to y'all about different things that I'm going to do with my channel, since I'm not selling hair anymore. I refuse to sell hair. It's not for me any longer. Back maybe 8 to 9 years ago, when I had an idea of selling hair, everybody wasn't doing it, and then they came up with businesses teaching you how to sell hair, and then websites teaching you how to sell hair and things like that. So I'm just the type of person that once I realize everybody else is doing it, I don't want to do it no more. I don't care what you say. It's 100 people selling, but they not gonna sell it like you, and this and that or whatever, or they not gonna have the products like you. I don't want to hear that. When I first started selling hair, everybody wasn't doing it. So now that everybody is doing it, I had a phone call. Sorry, y'all. Forget about that. Now that everybody is doing it, I refuse to do it. Okay, I'm just gonna pick something else. I don't care I don't care if everybody else doing it. Myself, I'm gonna choose something else to do. Period. That's not my thing. But yeah. So I'm gonna come back later, y'all. I appreciate y'all chiming in. If you want to hit the like button, I would appreciate it. That helps my channel. Y'all have a